service, 1976, after serving 16 total years. And she was married to the perfect man, Lieutenant Colonel retired Walker G. Reeves, for 60 years, and they had 2 children. What was it?
Texas, this first day of April, 2017.
Jail to long-term treatment facilities across the state of Texas. We serve court notices, do transports, and other than that, everything else.
Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to shorter attention, what I was doing and things like that. Hopefully it helps you out. You know, hopefully. How's it going, boys and girls? Welcome to another exciting episode of Storytime with Uncle Mason. Checking out the video beforehand, all those highlights were from this past San Antonio Coalition for Veterans and Their Families meetings. I love this organization. What they do is once a month they come together and they get all the service providers for veterans in San Antonio together under one roof to talk about some problems that are going on in San Antonio, whether it's homelessness, drug addiction, fucking you name it, whatever. They come together and they talk shit out and they get shit done. Now that's how you fix a problem. You don't bitch about the problem, you come together and you work on it. That's what SACVF does. They also do a lot of crisis management with folks that are about to become homeless, drug addicts, shit like that. They're a great organization. If you get a chance, look them up. Come to one of their meetings, man. I'm telling you, it's a great networking opportunity. It's a great chance for you to learn about a lot of stuff that's out there for you. So, I wanted to catch up. If you guys hear all that exciting shit that's going on outside, I'm just trying to get pumped up for tonight's superhero workout. We're working out like the Wolverine tonight, so obviously I got to play some fight scenes from the Wolverine. Come on. So anywho, that brings me to my next point. Honor 22's got a workout tonight at the PTSD Foundation of America. We're going to be working out like the Wolverine. Come Monday, we're going to have another insanity workout at 6 o'clock, same place. The PTSD Foundation of America has a couple of brand new support groups out there for you. We have them literally across mostly the northeast side of town, but we do have one on the southwest side of town. That's the one I run over in the medical center. So anywho, Tuesday nights in the medical center, I'll be running a group at 7 o'clock. Wednesdays in Cibolo, we have a family support group at 7 o'clock, and then Thursdays we have a warrior group right here at the foundation at 7, and then another one in Cibolo at 7. So, if you can't make one, we got them out there, man. You just got to come out. Doesn't matter, you know, what part of town you're on. Doesn't matter, you know, hell, what time of day. Give us a call. We're here for you. We are here to help you. I want to make that perfectly clear. So the only person you're hurting by not reaching out and letting that pride bullshit get in the way is yourself. Kind of fit. Chapter 4 was where we left off. We actually left off about halfway through Chapter 5. So I'm going to go over Chapter 5 really quick. And then after this, we'll be finally caught up. So with all that being said, Chapter 5 is a great way to follow up with Chapter 4 in the Combat Trauma Healing Manual, because Chapter 4 is where we talked about your trauma, what happened to you. You know, all the bad shit that happened, what your life was like before your trauma, what your life has been like since your trauma. So basically, the only real proper way to follow it up is to talk about how to grieve and what are the good and bad ways to grieve. So basically, before you can grieve, you got to understand what grief is. Grief is a natural response to a tragedy. Grief is, you know, sadness, depression, anxiety, all that shit rolled into one. And basically, for you to have a healthy grieving process, you have to understand why you're grieving and what you're grieving about. So the purpose of grief is to give us a chance to process everything that's happened, so that way we can move on with our lives. That way we can give up that belief, that notion of who we were beforehand, use that trauma and the tragedy that's happened to us today to build and become a better person. So normal grief, there is no time limit on grief. Absolutely none. There is no time limit on recovery. There's no time limit on grief. There's no time limit on any of this shit. It's based on you and whenever you're ready to move on to the next step. Normal grief, basically, it looks like you know, you process everything, you sit there and you take time to think about it, reflect on it, and you build off of what has happened. You use that grief to become a better person. During the grief process, there's a very important part here that's mentioned, that's gone over extensively in the book, but it's important regardless of what your faith is. It's loss of faith. Whether it's faith in religion, faith in people, faith in fucking whatever, it doesn't matter. A normal part of grief is losing a faith in something. And the entire purpose of this book is rebuilding your faith. So if you're at that point in your life where a tragedy's happened, you're not sure where to go from here, you're still grieving about it, you're still hurting over it, and you're losing your faith in stuff, I want you to know, if you're watching this, that's normal. What you're going through is normal. It may not feel normal, but it's a normal reaction to what has happened. So from here, now that you recognize that loss of faith is normal, from there you can build off of that and build back towards your faith. You can rebuild your faith, whether it's, you know, if it's religion, you go back to church. If it's faith in people, you can find good people to surround yourself with. Whatever that faith may be, you know, this grieving process is the time to hold on to that faith and to build off of it. So what you can expect from others, there's good people in your life and there's bad people, and this is the time when you're going to find out who's who. Because basically, some people are going to support you, some people are going to say they're there for you, and they really are, and then some people are just going to fuck off. They're going to be flakes. They're going to say, well, you know, quit being a pussy, get over it, rub some dirt in it, whatever the case may be. In this time, whenever you find those people that are standing by you, those are the people you need to hang on to. Those are the people that you need to fucking clinch to and say, hey man, I need your fucking help. Because they're going to be there for you, and in this time you need someone to be there for you. Now if you don't have anybody out there in your life, in your own personal life that's like that, hey, call us. That's our job. That's what we do for a living. And shit, half the time we're going to get paid for it. I'm here for you, the Foundation's here for you, I'm 22's here for you, Mission Continues. There's a shitload of stuff out there for you. All you have to do is reach out and get it. So put your pride aside, reach out, and ask for it. Okay? There's nothing wrong with admitting that there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. The only time that you run into a problem is when you don't ask for help. You let all these problems build up into something so massive that you can't handle it anymore. That's when a problem arises. So how not to grieve? Holding on to it, ignoring it, numbing the pain with drugs, alcohol, you know, whatever the case may be. Basically just not fucking processing it. Period. Just say, well, you know, that shit happened, whatever. It didn't bother me, I'm out of here. Well, guess what? It may not have may not be here today, but that shit's in the back of your head. And it's gonna be there tomorrow, it's gonna be there fucking 10 years down the road when it pops up, and all this shit's happened in your life and you can't control it. That process, that tragedy that happened that you haven't grieved over, is going to pop back up. And you're going to wonder where the hell it came from and why it hit so hard. How to grieve. Surround yourself with loved ones. Surround yourself with friends and family. Pray. You know, take time to reflect throughout the day. Give yourself some time. Give yourself some space. You don't have to handle everything in one day. That's the number one thing a lot of people think when they go to therapists, they go to treatment, they go to fucking whatever, they got to handle it all in one day. No, there is no time frame. Give yourself time to breathe. If you're processing something and it gets to the point where you're fucking shaking and you're sick to the stomach, stop. It's okay to walk away from that. You don't have to push yourself through that shit. But every day that you continue to process something, every day that you continue to work on yourself and on that grief, every single day, I promise you, it gets easier and easier because you're breaking it down. That's basically how you grieve. You knock it out baby steps, one step at a time, okay? You can't run a marathon if you haven't run in a couple of years. You can't fully grieve over something if you never grieved over anything before. You gotta hit it one step at a time. Finally, and then how to have a good morning. And not good morning like, hey, how's it going? Good morning, Vietnam. No, I mean like a good morning. In the event that you've lost someone, it's a loved one in your life, you know, whatever the case may be, you remember them. You know, you take pictures with them, you put those pictures around the house, you remember the good times that you had with them. If it's a loss of a loved one, if it's, hell, even if it's a loss of a relationship, that shit bugs the shit out of people. I can't tell how many people come through these doors here, you know, because that's where their whole snowball effect happens, because they lost the relationship. So even in the event of a lost relationship, it's still, you have to mourn that person. You have to, you know, remember the good times, remember the bad times, remember whatever the case may be, but you remember all of it, and you process all of it. And you do your best to let go, and you do your best to move on. That doesn't mean you forget about that person. That doesn't mean that you no longer care about that person. It just means that whatever hurt they brought, whether they lost their life or whether they walked away when you needed them, whatever hurt they brought into your life, if you hang on to that hurt, you're not grieving properly. All you're doing is hurting yourself. You're continuing to grieve, but not in a healthy manner. And you're going to continue to hurt yourself because you're not processing everything fully and you're not letting go and moving on. And then, fuck, that's it. We're caught up. All right, I'm out. Oh yeah, we need my phone. Anywho, so basically when I come back in the next video, we're completely caught up with everything that I got out of here on this whole hiatus thing. So the next video, we're hitting it hard, man. We're getting right back into it. It's going to be signs that your morning is working, and that's where we're going to continue to talk about grief. We're going to continue to talk about your mourning process, whatever the case may be. We're moving on. Okay, we're moving on in the world. We're caught back up. We're no longer in the past. Shit's getting real. All right. So, guys, thank you again for watching. I really do appreciate all the love and support. Well, I could probably do some push-ups today. I probably should have quit being lazy. But before I do, just want to say, thanks everybody for watching, for all the support. If you like the videos, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you got to do. If you leave a comment on there, if you ask me a question, I'll do my best to answer in the next video, and I'll be sure to mention you in it. But as always, reach out if you need it. Reach out if you don't. We're not meant to be fucking isolated people. We're meant to be around other people. We're meant to have friends and loved ones and shit like that. All that kumbaya bullshit. And the reason I say that is because you want to have friends, you want to have loved ones in your life because they make your life better. They may make your life stressful at times, but believe me when I say this, it's better to have somebody in your life that stresses you out than having nobody at all. So reach out to your loved ones, reach out to your friends and family. Do what you got to do, man. Stay in touch, be in the loop. That's what life's about, man. But being happy and having people in your life, depending on the people makes you happier. So, fuck it, I'm not around here. All right, so I'm gonna do some push-ups. All that being said, I love you guys. Really do appreciate the love and support. You all have a fantastic day, and I will see you on the next video. All right, take care.
Yeah.